Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Right from the beginning, and I know my buddy Jon Banco, who is here, he's going to echo this. I hope everybody's okay out there. That was one hell of a storm. One hell of a storm.
Yeah, it hit. The ground was dry because it hasn't rained.
Right.
Which it was doing nothing but raining a month ago or 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, and then it picked the perfect time to dry up and then just deluge on us.
Yeah, I was just writing a story about Cameron last week. You know, I interviewed the sheriff, Bill Helms, on Monday, and he was super impressed with the community of Cameron because everybody helped everybody. Didn't matter who was damaged, who wasn't. You know what I mean?
It brings out the best in us. Obviously, it brings out the worst in our property damages, but it brings out the best of us and humans. All my neighbors were out on the porch talking to each other, and
I'm sure.
Yeah, no, you feel like a community because everybody wants to be there for each other.
Springdale you were explaining to me, really tough to get to.
Yeah, so the two entrances of Springdale are Lincoln Avenue and Parkview Lane. And Parkview Lane, I saw a full-size soccer goal that existed.
I saw a photo of that.
Existed about 2 blocks up, floated all the way down to National Road. Oh boy! Oh,
he sees somebody.
Sees something. But yeah, it was.
He's got to be down here though, John, because of the storms.
Oh yeah. No, it was crazy. So we were at the Fun Zone, which was located in Elm Terrace, and with the lights flickered a couple. When I was watching the weather, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty bad," but it didn't seem that bad.
Yeah,
I've seen worse.
Then it kicked in,
and then we left, and it was. I mean, there were fire trucks just barreling through traffic, and cops. Yeah. I saw a cop going one way, and I saw him turn around and come flying back the other way. Yeah. It was just chaos. And then the highway system on 470, there's 2 feet of water on the 470 right where it comes down at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
So the drainage systems obviously are not working on the highway right there. I know they're still under construction. And then right by Arby's, there's about 2 feet of water there. They weren't letting people go through there.
Right.
That's all receded by now. And so we had to go all the way to Washington Avenue, go up Edgerton Lane, go up the Park Hill, go around Park High School,
right,
and come down to get to Springdale was the only way we could get there. Luckily, we had no flooding, but a couple of my neighbors did. So we lucked out. I popped the drains earlier today because I knew we were going to get some rain. But so I hope everybody.
But you're out of power with like 4,000 other people, especially in Elm Grove.
Yeah, and thank you for letting me use your fridge.
Yeah. Okay, so the podcast was supposed to start at 3, right?
Yeah.
Well, Ben Seidler, Wheeling Councilman, was supposed to be my first guest today.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he's probably...
And, he is the IT director for Ohio Coatings up in Yorkville.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's about 5 to 3. Ben's not here. I got trapped at Generations at a meeting for about an hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, it won't rain that long. Huh.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah.
And, so then I get into reporter mode. I'm calling all my EMA people and this, and I'm like, oh, Elm Grove's a mess. They got smacked up in Brooke County. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, so if Brooke County got hit real bad, that means I better call Ben.
Yeah.
And I called Ben, and Ben's like, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I'm not making it.
And he's like, we can do it on the phone.
Yeah.
He goes, but the plant's out, the line's out. I was like, Ben, you're not doing anything on the phone.
Yeah.
You need to get Ohio Coatings up and running.
Right.
So I just didn't do the first hour, sat here and watched the Pirates, which everybody can see is right over your shoulder. And, just waited for you. And then you called, and I was back there with Einstein back in his bunker, the laundry room. And so I came out and I grabbed the phone. It only rang a couple of times, and I called you right back. And I was like, what's wrong? Because I've lived in Springdale. I know.
Yeah.
That runoff can be...
Well, you get it from the top of the hill, and then you get the backup from the creek up the pipes, and that's what I was worried about. The stuff coming down the hill will get you, but when it there's nothing you can do when it's coming up into your house from the pipes. And Luckily, there wasn't enough pressure. I think at the bottom of my hill, the houses down there got flooded, so it must have came about halfway up my street and then stopped. Luckily, because it's a mess once it comes up there. You're getting all the sewage, and you're getting everything up in your pipes.
Oh, it's gross.
It's disgusting.
And a lot of areas of Wheeling Island had the same thing.
Oh yeah. And well, Woodsdale too. I mean, Woodsdale always, well, for the last 10 years has had problems. They did a lot of work. I know around where the Alpha Tavern is. They've been doing a lot of work there. Luckily, it looks like they got a lot of it done before this hit.
I'm glad. Because I went over there last year after that big storm, and neighbors are throwing stuff out just like last week up in Cameron.
Yeah.
I believe it was 1 week ago today, the governor and justice declared Marshall County a state of emergency.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because it wasn't just Cameron. There were other areas of Marshall County that flooded, but, including the football field.
Right.
Not only Cameron's, but John Marshall's. And I hate when that happens to people. I've lived through it a few times. My wife's family, obviously she's from Wheeling Island. They've lived through it several times. And I just hate it. And inevitably, okay, so John, quick question. Mm-hmm. When you move into a new house, where do you put a lot of stuff that you don't know where it's going yet?
In the basement.
Yeah.
That's where it goes.
So we moved home and I had the house on Lenox beginning September 1 of 2004. Mm-hmm. 16 days later, the big flood came.
Yeah.
And where was all the stuff that I didn't know where it was going to go?
Right.
Inevitably, you lose stuff that you never thought, or that you thought you'd have forever.
Yeah.
And that just...
Yeah. No, I learned...
that's heartbreak.
I learned a long time ago to get everything off the ground.
Oh, it didn't matter, man. The first time after, those rains, 10 inches in a very short amount of time... the first opportunity I had to get to my house was on a state police boat.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter how high I stacked anything in the basement. It was 4 inches from my carpeted first floor.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah. No, at that point, you just start over when everything just rots, because it just does.
Yeah.
I still have carpets from a long time. They were all kind of all-weather carpets. That's why we put them in the basement. And after the last big flood, they've been sitting in my storage unit in my backyard because I just was like, well, I'm just gonna, because I wasn't using the basement as a living space anymore.
Right.
I was like, I'm not gonna put these things back down.
No.
I'm just gonna tear them back out, and the carpets stink. Oh, they're the worst. That's the worst smell in the world. It's like worse than a wet dog.
Oh, it's gross. That's actually when I met Alex Coogan the first time.
Yeah.
Because where I lived on Lenox, you had a shortcut through the back of Elmhurst, and you could take a path into that church parking lot and go across the street.
Yeah.
Well, True Value Hardware was once where, the convenient is now, whatever, that left side. And so I walked in stunned.
Yeah.
Just stunned.
Yeah.
And Alex walked right up to me and he goes, "Come with me, sir. I'm gonna show you everything you need for your basement."
Huh.
And that's exactly what I went over. He handed me a mop. He handed me bleach. Told me how to mix the bleach, rag, you name it.
Yeah.
And I've been a huge fan of Alex Coogan ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I tell that story a lot because that's what good people do.
Yeah.
And my buddy Alex can be a little brash on the internet, but he is good people.
Yeah.
Very good people.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
And not just because of that, but AC unit goes out, hey, Alex comes over, bada-ding, bada-doong, and it's just, he's good people. Reliable appliances, reliable all businesses. Make sure you give Alex Coogan a call and go to Eden Family Restaurant. He's part owner along with a couple other guys, including my buddy Eric Marple. Patronize those folks. They're good folks. So how's John?
Good.
You don't like heat, so the last 2 days probably...
Oh, they're awful. And my AC unit's been out since we made it through the spring last year, and I was like, the fall last year, and it cut out right when it started cooling off anyway. But I'm trying to get both the AC and the furnace fixed at the same time to save me a little bit of money. Right. I'm waiting on trying to get that done. So Hopefully I can get that done, while it's cool, because the last 2 days have been pretty brutal. We have AC units in the windows for the bedrooms, but the whole house air thing, missing that is like, that's taking me back.
Dude, I grew up in a house with no AC.
Oh yeah.
We had the big fans in the windows.
We didn't. I don't think we had a whole house when I was a kid. I remember having AC units. I remember being hot in my house in the summertime. So it's kind of reminiscent, but not in any positive way.
No. I'm telling you, we had my parents' house has these big windows, and they had these big fans that just fit, and you can talk into them, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
And it was and it was entertainment truly as a kid. But yeah, I know there were evenings when it was still like 75 degrees at night and still hot. I would go to their basement and sleep in a really cool game room that they had down there. Yeah,
that's cool.
But normally I don't mind the heat, but the last couple of days it's like, all right, already.
Yeah.
And
I've had enough.
When we went into Generations for the meeting, it was 84 degrees. We walked out, it was 72.
Right.
And it's like, okay.
Yeah, it takes its toll on you too. It just makes you tired. Your body just wants to immediately naturally shut down so it can preserve energy. And it's not just leaking sweat out of it all night. It's sleeping's the worst. I can't sleep unless it's it's impossible.
I have been reminded, because this has AC obviously, but it can still be warm. And it reminded me the other day when it was like 94 degrees. What it was like to go camping in that weather.
Yeah.
Because if the sun comes up and your tent is in the direct line of the sun, you're getting up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's no getting around that. Yeah, it's miserable when it's hot and you're trying to sleep.
Yeah.
So anyway, besides all of that, I hope everybody's safe and well. I hope you're not underwater. We have a great lineup this week, as we always do every week, but this week especially is fantastic.
And the weather, despite today, looks good on Friday and Saturday.
Actually, I think it's going to turn out, because it looked like it was supposed to rain all weekend, and now it looks like we're just getting the brunt of it Wednesday and Thursday, and then it should be cleared up by Friday and Saturday, Sunday, which is great, because I'd love to have a center market event.
I know.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Just to have a center market event.
Red, white, and brew, baby.
Yeah. Well, it's the biggest one of the second biggest one of the year. The biggest one will end is the Oktoberfest. But this is the second biggest one, the Red, White, and Brew. But I'll get to that. So tonight, we are going to do Waterfront Wednesdays. Emphasis on water today. But we are not going to do it outside, unfortunately, because it looks like it's going to rain again. And it's just a muddy mess down there now. So there's no point in having it outside.
It actually doesn't anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but regardless, it's how it gets down there. Plus, that river might crest. These creeks are flying.
They are.
And that river is going to start to rise. It takes about an hour or two for the river to start absorbing all that water. So we might not have been able to do it anyway, regardless. So we're going to move inside the mezzanine, which is an echo chamber. But, there'll be a band and sound guys there, and we'll be playing music, and it's going to be loud and cacophonous. So if you want to come on down and check it out. But it's a great band, Eli Lambie and the Mojo Kings. Basically, what we'll do is we just mic all the vocals.
Sure.
And that's it. Everything else is just banging around in there.
It's a beautiful addition.
Room. Beautiful room. Yeah. Horrible room for music. Yeah. Just horrible.
I mean, if somebody's on the steps and you just walk in, they're going to hear you.
Yeah.
If you call out to them.
Yeah.
What'd you call it? Cavernous?
Yes. Yeah. It's like being in an echo chamber cave. But the band's great. We'll sound great. We'll still play well. So come on down, check it out. It's Wednesday night. What else are you going to do? I do have some options, though. We have, at the Alpha Tavern, we have music trivia. It doesn't start till 8, though. So I believe that's right. No, it's 7 to 10. Yeah, music trivia is 7 to 10. And then over at Salsa Joe's, I have Mr. Buck Porter is going to be playing from 6 to 9.
That's cool.
Yeah, they do a little early thing there on Wednesdays. So you got Waterfront Wednesdays, which is now in the mezzanine of the, or the lobby, I should say, of the arena. We have Salsa Joe's from 6 to 9 with Jim Bursey. And then we have the Alpha Tavern with music trivia from 7 to 10 tonight. Moving on to Thursday. Let me go ahead and check this out, see what we got here. Thursday, we have, I got Gage Joseph at Shank Lake from 7 to 9:30 for Up Late at Shank Lake. We have Mr. Greg Molnar, I believe, is playing. Let's see here. Yeah, Greg Molnar is going to be playing at 19th Hole from 6 to 8 for their happy hour. And I believe that's all I have for Thursday. Let me check it out. Let's see here. I thought there was one more. Oh, yeah, we have karaoke at the Alpha Tavern from 8 until 11 every Thursday with DJ Steve Clegg. So that's going to be a great thing. Now, Friday, we got a huge lineup going on Friday. So we'll kick it off with Wheeling Park Flashback Fridays. We have...
which is really cool.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah. Last week, our numbers...
I wrote my open letter about it.
Yeah, I did. I saw that, and I got a lot of good feedback about that. A lot of people told me to tell you thank you for that.
I only write the truth, John.
That's right.
I mean, even our buddy John Hargelroad called me.
Oh, well, when John Hargelroad calls you, it's a good day.
Oh, John's a good day.
Yeah,
or a good guy.
He's awesome.
And he called and he goes, Steve, I got to tell you something. And I said, yeah, John. And he goes, well, I don't want to tell you anything other than thank you.
Yeah.
And I said, what for, John?
Yeah.
And he's like, I read your open letter. And I said, John, you've known me a long time. I only write the truth. And you guys are killing it.
Yeah. They are. They absolutely are.
I said, the additions, everything that's going on, you're killing it. And what I love the most is that a lot of what they're doing now, sure, the guests at the lodge and the cabins, whatever, they attend as well. But a lot of what they're doing now is for the people of this valley.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome.
It absolutely is. And there's a lot of work that goes into that. If you go there at like 4 o'clock, you'll just see an army of green shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Just setting up tables and tents and registers and food and buffet stuff. Food vendors getting there with their trucks, parking, getting everything prepped. You'll see inflatables being inflated. I mean, it's a machine. And then at 5 o'clock, people start meandering in, and by 6, it's kind of packed, and by 7, it's rocking. And the band starts, and it's a beautiful scenery there. We have a lot of craft vendors that are showing up now. I got a couple this week. I sent out a message, and to all craft vendors, please contact me through Facebook Messenger. I would love to have you. I just need to know what you do, so we're not having 2 stands doing the same thing. Exactly. I'll try to schedule you logistically like that. But also, I just need to know what you're bringing, things like that. There are certain things that's we are legally allowed to do, and we were legally not allowed to do. I also don't want people just bringing like, oh, this is the stuff from home I'm trying to sell. But yes, please call me if you're a craft vendor, wood carvers, jewelry makers, any of that great stuff. Give me a call. I'd love to have you down there. And we set you up right under a nice shady tree. And people just kind of just drift by, and it's a great place to get your stuff out there and get seen. But yeah, so with the Flashback Fridays, we have inflatables, food trucks, face painting for the kids. We have cornhole tournament where a first place prize wins a one-night stay at Ogilvy Resort, Ogilvy Park, the lodge, as I have been told to say. And and then we have a band coming on from 7 to 9. This week we have 7 South. They were supposed to play Center Market last week, and they were not able to do so. Or 2 weeks ago? Was that 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. Feels like yesterday. But so this will kind of be their second coming. So they will be there from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And they're a great band. We had them on a couple weeks ago. And so, yeah, that's Flashback Fridays in a nutshell. It starts at 5 o'clock, goes to 9 o'clock. It's a really great time. If you have kids and you want to do a family-friendly thing, you're not going to get anything better. This is awesome. Other big event, as we mentioned, Center Market has Red, White, and Brew this Friday, and that goes from 5 o'clock to 11 o'clock. We're going to have food trucks. There's beer tents out in the streets. We have 3 bands. Gage Joseph Band will open it up. He's going to sing the Star Spangled Banner to open it up with the color guard. And then we're going to do the Muddle following Gage
including
Joseph.
my son.
Yeah, of course. So Gage Joseph will go from 5 until 6:30. The Muddle will be 5 to 6:30. Yeah, and then the Muddle will be 7 to 8:30, and then we'll close it out with the tightest trio in the land, MSM Miller Smith Majoa, and they will go from 9 o'clock into 11 o'clock. A lot of the proceeds are going to go to United Way. And I believe the Veterans Foundation too. Are they involved? Yeah. That's the only thing I wasn't sure about. I was too busy trying to book all the bands. That's all I know about that. But yeah, so it's a great function and it's more of a. I mean, you can bring kids down there, but it's more of a. It's not as family oriented as the Wheeling Park thing. We don't have a lot of stuff for the kids, but. Bring the kids down there and then go over to Wheeling Park and let them bounce around for a while. I don't know, but you can do both because they both start at 5 and they both go to one goes later, one goes to 11.
Now, John, do you is there a stage for Red, White, and Brew?
No, we're not doing a stage this year.
Will you be set up at the south end?
We will be between Market Vines and Casa Divino. Facing Market Vines, so facing
up on the curb again, or the sidewalk.
No, not on the sidewalk. We'll be in the street facing up the street.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll be facing north. So yeah, it worked back in the day when we would do it on the sidewalk, and you kind of did theater in the round around the band. But the crowd's starting to get so big, we couldn't fit everybody.
Sure, yeah. Okay, so take your lawn chairs, folks.
Yeah, bring your chairs. I'm not sure if they're gonna bring out the tables and chairs that they used to. That was not discussed. I'm not sure. That's more the city's thing. But I would bring your foldable chairs just in case. But no, it's going to be a great event, and it's going to be the first Center Market event, so really looking forward to having it and seeing all the people come down and enjoy what we used to do on the side of the street that we used to do it on, too, because I know a lot of people miss that as well. It did fine on the other side, but it just wasn't the same. It didn't have the same feel. So that's those are the two big events for Friday. We have some other things, too. We have 19th Hole for the happy hour has Sean Decker on Friday evening, 6 to 8. Route 88 Barbecue has the Lequiers from 7 to 10. Char House has Mr. Jim Bursey on their beautiful patio back there. And he'll be playing his hits from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock out there. That's a great place to have some fine dining with some beautiful background music. Let's see what else I got here. I got to go to my paper because I haven't posted yet. I was too busy. Usually I post everything on Wednesday for Friday and Saturday. Let's see. So we did Wheeling Park. We did that. Let's go with Quaker Steak and Lube has Luke Burkhardt. He'll be there from 7 to 10. Prima Marina has a great show. They're actually going to have a doubleheader there. We got Josh Sokolowski. He will be playing from 6 until 7:30. And then magically, the Gage Joseph Band is going to do 2 gigs in one day.
Well, there you go.
Don't ask me how I did it, but I did it.
You're magic.
So Gage Joseph Band will be closing out at Prima Marina from 8 until 10. So if you don't catch Gage at Center Market, then you can catch him at Prima Marina, and you can catch both shows. So that's a Prima Marina, Moundsville. It all kicks off at 6, goes to 10. As I said, Josh Sokolowski and the Gage Joseph Band, and that's a great pairing of country music right there. That's because they both do some really good country music.
Yep.
Some of the other things going on Friday, West Sports Bar. We're going to take a break with the holiday weekend. There's a lot going on, and they're just going to relax this weekend. But as I said, Route 80 Barbecue, Jan and John Lequier, River City. No, we're not going to do anything down there this weekend. So that's Friday. Moving on to I forgot Grandview. Grandview Friday is going to have no, they're not going to have anything. All right, moving on. So let's see here. Saturday we have. Sorry, I'm doing old school here. Saturday we'll kick it off at Belmont Brew Works. They're not going to do anything on Saturday because it's July 3rd. No one's going to be there because we're going to be watching fireworks. But at Riverside Restaurant in Powhatan, it's going to be Taylor, Joe, Porter, and the Copper Creek Band.
Cool.
They will be there from 7 to 10 in their beautiful pavilion. Prima Marina is going to have Mr. Billy the Kid and the Regulators.
Oh,
yeah.
Billy.
No, they got a good week. That's a good weekend of music for Prima.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you got Josh Sokolowski and Gage Joseph on Friday, and then Billy the Kid on Saturday.
With Gage, is it a solo act or
No, full band.
Full band.
Full band. We're going to squeeze him on that stage. But Billy the Kid will be at Prima Arena Saturday night from 7 to 10. Fantastic award-winning Pittsburgh blues band. We had them up at Ogilvy Sunday Concert Series the second week of June, and they had a fantastic crowd there for that, and I'm looking forward to having them down there in Moundsville. I think they're really going to dig some blues. Let's see, Saturday also at the Alpha Tavern from 8:30 to 11:30. We're going to have Mr. Logan Wojcik. And the big show for the 3rd of July is Eli and the Mojo Kings at Ogilvy Park from 6 o'clock until about 9:15, 9:30. We'll see how the sun settles. And then there's fireworks. They got inflatables there as well. Big food tents. We got Uncle Frank's hot dogs going to be there. So it's great. They got all kinds. They got rock climbing. They got putt-putt golf. They got the boats. Of course, you can come out on the boat and drive right up to the stage while we're playing, and give us a wave. We love that when you guys do that. And then it all ends with the fireworks. So yeah, it kicks off at 6 o'clock. I mean, they'll have everything up there all day long, but the music itself will kick off at 6 o'clock with Eli and the Mojo Kings at Shank Lake, physically on Shank Lake on rafts. It's pretty cool. We'll
I'm going to ram you.
6 to 9. Yeah, come on. Ram us with a big swan boat. From 6 to 9. Yeah. And then fireworks at right around 9:15, 9:30. So it's a perfect day in the park to do that. And then, of course, Sunday you have 2 big events. You got up at Ogilvy for their Sunday Fun Day concert series. We have Rumors, which is a great variety band. Last time I heard them, they were at a Waterfront Wednesday. They actually got moved to the arena, and I loved them. They were great. So I figured I'd get them there because we're competing against, not competing, but you know what I mean. There's we have the big thing, which is the fireworks and the symphony down at the waterfront there.
Yep.
On Sunday for their fireworks celebration. The city of Wheeling puts on. So there's 2 options there for you. Huge crowd always down there at the waterfront, which is great, and it's so cool to listen to the symphony. And the new conductor is he's amazing. He's a really nice guy.
I like him.
I get to meet him at Black Sheep and have a little conversation with him. Just really down to earth, but he's just so talented, and his personality and his energy comes through when you hear the symphony now. So if you haven't heard the symphony in a while, because last year was horrible and nobody could play anywhere, then I would highly recommend going second, because that's the best. That's the best show to see them in that setting with the river behind them, and it's gorgeous. And the musical selections are all American, classic music that they do for the fireworks, and it's really neat listening to them play, especially while the fireworks are going on. It's magical. So go check out everything that's going on. Sorry, I was a little old school today with the paper. I got a little bit behind with the floodage. But
all right, so we have a guest coming up.
We do. So our guest today is going to be the lead singer for the Muddle, who will be at Center Market for Red, White,
Flanagan.
Brew. Cathy Flanagan. That's right. I always call her. I always just call it. But yeah, Cathy Flanagan. She is her, John Horton, and London are the 3 members of the Muddle, and they will be playing from 7 to 8:30 on Friday at Center Market. So can't wait to have her on. She can talk about everything that's going on in her world, and looking forward to it.
All right. We'll go ahead and take the bottom of the hour break, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, that's Jon Banco. He is the gig master. And we'll have Cathy Flanagan on the phone here in just a few moments. I'm Steve Novotney. It's Steve Novotney Lives right here on Lead News. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I'm Steve Novotney, the guy with his head in the camera, working and working and working. He's posting. That's what he's doing. He's getting his marketing done. That is the gig master, Jon Banco. Welcome.
Hey.
Welcome back to Liner Notes, our weekly segment. And, John, I'm not going to waste any time because, we only have about 14 minutes left in the hour. Let's go straight to my dear friend, Cathy Flanagan. Yep. I can't believe you didn't chase me down at the Catch Blues Band show, yo.
I know. it was very wicked hot. Do you recall? It was so warm.
It was very, very hot. Very hot. Hey, Michelle just got home.
It's all right. He's going to bark.
Hey.
Is that your dog?
Yeah,
no, that's your dog, Cathy. Tell your dog to be quiet.
That's my little Einstein.
I have 4 dogs. They're barking.
Oh, they're barking too.
So.
We're at the kennel. We're at the kennel right now. We're podcasting from the kennel.
We're live from the Ohio County Animal Show.
For real?
No. We are in the oldest studio in Wheeling, West Virginia. It's called The Cave, which is my home office.
Gotcha. Okay. So that is Einstein, right?
Yeah, that's Einstein. As soon as Mrs. Novotney gets in here, he'll quit. But he loves his mama.
Yes. Well.
He loves Uncle John too. He barks for Uncle John as well. Hey, will you quit? Come on, Shell, get in here. So, Cathy, how have you been?
Oh, I can't complain. Been busy, and thankfully busy.
Right.
So.
There you go. Uncle John's got you, buddy.
I mowed grass today. Got done in the nick of time.
All right, that's good. Well, and I'm glad about that. This summer has to be way better than last summer, right?
Yes, it truly is. and thanks to Mr. Banco for that.
Yeah, John's worked real hard. Of course, during the pandemic, we were both pretty much, we quarantined, to keep everybody safe. So John and his son Julius was over here a lot, made a lot of dinners, just hung out because we knew we could hang out together since, we had a stay-at-home order. Everything was closed. It was just not a fun year.
Right,
but as soon as things started to ease up and some of the restrictions went away, I saw my dear friend Jon Banco be Jon Banco again.
Yes.
And I didn't see him for 2 weeks. and I'm like, because he just booked everything. And, of course, everybody wants to do something now. And I'm telling you, people are out. People are out everywhere.
It's awesome, isn't it? I mean, it's awesome. I just look around and there's people everywhere, and I'm like, yes.
Yes, and for what we do, that's the whole idea. That's our whole thing is people. We need people. Which, by the way, I wanted to give you guys a big shout out. Your Waterfront Wednesday performance was just off the charts. Just phenomenal. I know that was a couple weeks ago, but it was. You guys sounded. I think that's the best I've ever heard you guys sound, and it was great to hear Jon on drums. Is there any way we can get Jon on drums for the one on this Friday?
He is bringing his cocktail kit. Yes.
Good. That's Dave Snyder's old kit.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that kit's got some that kit's got some mileage on it. Because Dave was a banger.
Yeah, it was real nice. Yeah.
No, you guys sounded great. Your voice was perfect. Blake Moore did a fantastic job of mixing you guys.
He really
did. And the London was just clean. His tone and when he was singing, everything was just awesome. And I haven't heard Horton play a kit in years. So when I got there, I was like, oh my gosh, he's playing like drum kit because I'm so used to hearing like on the hand drums. So, but no, you guys sounded wonderful.
A lot of people noticed that. I'm like, wow, man, the cocktail. Usually it's our bow system. It's like the sticks get all the attention now. It's like the cocktail kit,
But no, and I'm looking forward to your performance at Red, White, and Brew. It's going to be great.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I miss? I miss, the old days when we would have Cathy on the show and she'd bring me beer.
I know.
That was always so cool.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, I have a present for you. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a good hour. No, but it was. Now, the new segment, Cathy, so, you can do some marketing for Lead. The website, and I hope you've seen Lead because we're really pumping out some great stuff.
Yeah, I do read. I think my friend Amy Hutchison, she does she do some writing for that or something?
She sure does. She's one of she's one of my columnists, and she has columns that publish on Wednesdays and Sundays.
Okay, yeah, because I'll catch those and when I mess around on my phone and I have a moment, I'll scroll down and read some of the stuff, and so yes, I do.
Well, good. Our new segment is called Liner Notes. And, if people out there don't know what liner notes are, I don't even know why you're listening, but it's facts about how an album came to be, how the music was created. And and that's why we always, and Cathy, I'm so happy you're our special guest this week. We'll have band members and things like that on, but you have to be looking forward to Friday evening.
Oh yeah, and the weather's supposed to be pretty good, I believe. So that's a plus too.
That's a big plus. That's a big plus. Tell the listeners everything about the Muddle. What kind of music you play, what to expect Friday night.
Well, we do all covers. We do tunes that most people recognize. We don't do any country music. We might do one Miranda Lambert song. Actually, she didn't write it. I can't remember the artist that did write it. But we do Fleetwood Mac and Cyndi Lauper, and we do Eddie Rabbitt, and
I love
just a variety. Our stuff that goes over pretty well.
Oh no, I really enjoy what's the word? I don't want to call it eclectic, but it's very diverse. It's a diverse variety of music that you guys play. And you always, it seems as if every time I'm there, the crowd really identifies with the songs that the Muddle performs.
Yeah. I'll look around like sometimes, because you look around and you just wonder if you're getting them, you know what I mean?
I do.
If you're getting them, and then I'll look and I'll either see their toes tapping or I'll see them singing the words. So I'm like, they might not be dancing, but it's like, and then at the even like smaller clubs, no one may be. And I understand this because when I'm out, sometimes I don't want to clap after every song, but at the end of the night, when it's all said and done, it's like they walk up to you and they say, that was awesome. And that's just, it's very cool.
Right. All right. Any other gigs you want to promote, Cathy, before we let you get about your day?
Well, let me see here. We're booked up till the end of the year. We are, of course, at the Red, White, and Brew on Friday. On Saturday, we're playing a private party in Columbus. On Tuesday, the 6th, we will be at the St. Clairsville Amphitheater behind the high school there. And I believe Josh Blakemore will be doing our sound there, which that's really good.
Sure, right.
And that's 7 to 9. And then on the 10th, I think we are, and I do know we are at Pike 40. I won't go further than that because, like I said, we are booked every weekend until the new year. So
I got you.
You're a hot commodity.
We've got some Sundays, we've got some Wednesdays, we've got so.
You guys were pretty much the only band that survived COVID. Like you guys were playing all through COVID.
Well, we did. We were blessed to have. I mean, we had some cancellations, as you know.
Yeah.
But we were picked up for small private parties of like 6 or 10 people.
Yeah.
And,
no, that's great.
So, yeah. So I mean, they social distance. Everybody obeyed the rules.
Oh, of course.
But
of course.
And we got through it, and I'm glad because it kept us kind of tight. One thing about playing a lot, you get tight,
Yeah. No, and gigs, not just rehearsals, actual gigs. That's what tightens you up. Rehearsals are rehearsals.
Right. We rarely rehearse. I mean, we're picking up a new song. We're actually going to play on August 1st a celebration of life for a young lady whose father passed a while ago, and so we're picking up a Neil Diamond song, and I'm like, well, that sounds kind of easy, but we're going to have to get together and rehearse it because it's a little more complicated than what I thought.
So, are you going to ever learn "Love Me" by the Cardigans? Can you learn that for me?
Say no.
Let me listen. I'll have to.
Okay.
Listen. It sounds familiar, but it's not ringing a bell right now.
Oh, the bass line's so funky. I would love to hear you play the bass line.
The bass line's really.
Oh, it's super funky. You would love it. Yeah, it's a 90s nostalgic song. Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Well, then that would be one.
Right in your wheelhouse.
That would be London's bass, a song for him, and that would only be feasible if I can handle any guitar up on it.
All right,
Cathy, we're going to let you get, but thank you so much for joining us on the show. I appreciate it, and I will see you Friday night.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve.
You bet. Cathy Flanagan, ladies and gentlemen, of the Muddle. I give the mic over to Mr. Jon Banco.
All right. This evening at the Heritage Port, or not Heritage Port, excuse me, we're going to be in the West Banco Arena in the mezzanine there. It'll be Eli and the Mojo Kings, and we're going to be going from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Though it is a little echoey in there, it's still a great show. We're going to put on a great show for the peeps. So if you're not underwater or cleaning out your basement, then come on down. You probably don't have power, so what else are you going to do? Just come on down. Alpha Tavern this evening has music trivia from 7 to 10 with DJ Donnie Gilbert. The Salsa Joe's event has been terminated because they have no power. So Buck Porter will not be playing at the Salsa Joe's in Wheeling, unfortunately. Thursday, 19th hole, Greg Molnar, 6 to 8 for their happy hour. Shank Lake, up late at Shank Lake. And Ogilvy is going to be Mr. Gage Joseph solo, 7 o'clock to 9:30. At the Alpha Tavern, they're going to have karaoke with DJ Steve Clegg, 8 to 11. I don't know how to talk. Sorry. And then we have Friday. Big shows on Friday. Here we go. Wheeling Park has Flashback Fridays this Friday, July 2nd from 5 to 9 with inflatables, food trucks, face painting, and a cornhole tournament. First place prize, free night stay at Ogilvy Resort. And that will be, that'll all end with 7 South playing at 7 to 9. So the band kicks off at 7, goes to 9 o'clock for the Wheeling Park event. Center Market is going to have Red, White, and Brew. Come down, support your troops. 5 to 11. It also proceeds go to United Way as well. And that'll be food trucks, beer tents there. And then we got 3 bands for that. So kicking off at 5 o'clock, we have Gage Joseph. He'll sing the national anthem and do the salute and all that. And then we have following them. So he'll go 5 to 6:30 with his band, full band. Then we have the Muddle, who we just had Cathy, the lead singer, on. She will go from 7 till 8:30 with the Muddle. And then we have MSM closing it out from 9 to 11. And that's a great event. So highly recommend both those events are fantastic. Some other things going on Friday. 19th hole has Sean Decker for their happy hour, 6 to 8. Route 88 has the Lequiers from 7 to 10. Charhouse has Mr. Jim Bursey from 7 to 10. Quaker Steak and Lube has the great Luke Burkhart. He will be there from 7 to 10. Quaker Steak and Lube, or excuse me, not Quaker Steak. Prima Marina has a double show that night. They have two acts. They got Josh Sokolowski. He will be there from 6 to 7:30. And the Gage Joseph Band will be flying down from Center Market to close out Prima Marina's thing from 8 until 10. So a great lineup there on Friday. Jeez, he's so lucky. He's so lucky. Anyway, Saturday, Shank Lake and Ogilvy. It's going to be Eli and the Mojo Kings for the 4th of July celebration up there. They have events going on all throughout the day. They got putt-putt and the boats, and they got inflatables for the kids. I'm sure they'll have face painting. They have giant food tents. Frank's Hot Dogs going to be up there. I just go for the hot dogs, just being personally. And then the band will go on at 6 o'clock and go to about 9:15. And then following that, we have the fireworks. So once again, we're opening up for the fireworks. Prima Marina has Billy the Kid and the Regulators. Don't ask me how I got them down here, but I did again. And they will be there from 7 to 10 on Saturday at Prima Marina, located in Moundsville. Riverside Restaurant is going to have Taylor Joe Porter and the Copper Creek Band. And they will be there from 7 to 10. That is located in Powhatan. Powhatan. And at the Alpha Tavern, they have Mr. Logan Wojcik from 8:30 to 12:30 on Saturday. And on Sunday at Ogilvy Sunday Fundies concert, we have Rumors, and they'll be there from 7 to 9. And, of course, we have the 4th of July celebration that the city puts on with their big fireworks and the Wheeling Symphony, and that'll be down at the Wheeling Waterfront. I believe that starts at 6?
I believe so.
Okay, yeah, so huge weekend. Go out and enjoy your lives.
Yeah, and realize the true meaning of the holiday weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Happy birthday, America.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Jon Banco, ladies and gentlemen, he is the gig master. That'll do it for us. Sorry about the abbreviation, but those storms really knocked a lot of folks out of whack, and I really do hope everybody's going to be okay. No podcasts on Friday or Monday. I'll be back in a week. I am Steve Novotney. It is Steve Novotney Lives right here on Lead News.